Good evening and thank you for joining us. Carly, I see that as another sign of success for Lakeland College. Essentially, their programs keep advancing and their sports, their athletics program as well.
That's right. And when it comes to, collegiate athletics, you're really as good as your most recent recruits. And if that is any indication, there are good things to come for the wrestlers.
Well, that's something to look forward to for sure. Gerard, not much good to say about the weather. It was the first day out there that I didn't feel like it really got warm all day.
It didn't. And with those wind gusts coming in from the northwest, you can see the flags. It didn't get warm at all. Let's see what we're looking at right about now, especially in terms of later on. Those wind gusts will stick around with us. Coming in from the northwest, anywhere from 35 and even around the noonday hour, about 60 kilometers an hour. And that's all she wrote, 15 degrees Celsius in this hour. 33% is your humidity. A UV reading of 3, but those clouds as well with the wind didn't help at all. Similar story right across the region. Clouds are actually building up in the Cold Lake area and running a 30% chance they may see some rain. The Battleford's enjoying the better of the blue skies. We'll talk a bit more about the wind gusts and the possibility of rain in the second segment.
The NDP has announced a candidate for Lloydminster in the upcoming Saskatchewan election. At the nomination meeting last night, he made his first of many speeches to start his campaign. Whitney Stinson was there.
I'm just going to declare you officially the candidate for Lloydminster in the upcoming provincial election. Congratulations.
Soon you'll see Wayne Byers' face all around town as he works to win the votes of Lloydminster. This is his second time running for the NDP. In 2003, he ran for this same riding, but lost by 64 votes.
We're going to change that this time, and I think we're looking at a very, very strong competitive race, although we'll have to work for it, work hard, and we intend to do that with good programs that matter to families, and I think we'll be very competitive here on November 7th.
Byers has lived here since 1989 and has been a SaskTel employee for 30 years. The decision to run again this time around came from his concerns with health care.
Especially in Lloydminster with being short 9 doctors. And then when I see when a local business has to put on a fundraiser for the hospital foundation to raise money for recruitment of doctors, you would think we're almost living in a third world country.
Another initiative he hopes to start is creating equity between the 2 utility companies serving Lloydminster.
When there's a difference of up to 57% in my tallies, that's unacceptable. And my goal is that the Lloydminster residents have the same rates that other people in Saskatchewan pay.
This is one of the last ridings the NDP has announced a candidate for, but Lingenfelter has full confidence Byers will carry out the NDP message.
Because of his profile in the community, the fact that he's run for us in the past and done very well, the fact that he comes from a family who have deep roots in the CCF and NDP, and has done well here before, and so this is going to be a very competitive race.
From here, Byers' campaign is full steam ahead. The Green Party has also announced a candidate for this riding, Megan Huffam. And of course, Sask Party's incumbent Tim McMillan's campaign kicks off this weekend. Starting next week, campaign signs will be popping up all over the streets as election fever hits the city for the second time this year. Whitney Stinson, Newcap News.
With a $30 million project on the horizon, Lakeland College's Board of Governors had some serious agenda planning to do today at their annual meeting. Current and upcoming projects were definitely the hot topics.
It's a very important meeting to set those goals, directions, and visions so that now we can assign the task to the management to make them happen, and we can evaluate against those visions and roles.
Lakeland is one of the fastest growing colleges in the country, and community involvement has always been one of their top priorities.
We want to appear before the community as often as we can and talk about our programs and get a lot of feedback from the community to make sure our programs, in fact, are relevant to what the community wants.
The college has a couple of upgrades in the works, with the power engineering expansion being the largest. That 2-phase project is expected to cost just under $30 million. 2 teachers from a school in Marwayne went for a long walk today. They hiked the 40 kilometers from Lloydminster to Marwayne, but as Peter Quinlan explains, this walk was for more than just exercise.
Last week, Marwayne Jubilee School had their annual Terry Fox Run. Students exceeded this year's fundraising goal of $10,000, making this year's event another success.
We ended up raising $12,331.10. So in order to sort of help motivate the students beyond just raising money for cancer research. Mr. Lewin and Mr. Orbeck, our principals, said that they would walk from Lloydminster to Marwayne if we reached our goal.
So at 6 a.m. this morning, the teachers started off in Lloydminster with a police convoy to escort them along Highway 16 to Kiskadi, where they turned north to Marwayne, walking a total of 43 kilometers.
It took us about 7 hours, or just over 7 hours, and it went good. Feet are a little sore, but it's okay.
As the teachers walked into Marwayne, they were met by a crowd of supporters. Students at this K-12 school said they had a great time this year, and they look forward to what the teachers will challenge them to next year. As well as encouraging the students, these teachers also got to spend some quality time together.
This is one of the best times we've had to actually sit down, or not sit down, at least chat side by side for quite a few hours.
And it gave these teachers a small taste of the challenges Terry Fox overcame.
It certainly gives you perspective in what Terry Fox did, and we had two good legs to do it.
Marwayne Jubilee School expects to be one of the top schools in Alberta in fundraising for the run. And with a total of only 308 students, these teachers couldn't be more proud. Peter Quinlan, New Cap News.